Here's the truth about trolls. They think they're destroying your reach. But they're not. They're feeding the machine that promotes you. In this episode, I'm breaking down exactly how hate clicks, angry comments, and online harassment can actually sometimes boost your visibility online, and how to flip that energy into free marketing for your music. Because once you understand how engagement really works, you'll never see trolling in the same way again. The algorithm doesn't care about feelings. Here's what most people forget: that the algorithm isn't human. It doesn't understand tone, context, or emotion, and it doesn't know whether someone loves your music or hates it. All it sees is data. Clicks, comments, shares, watch time, replays, retention curves. That's it. So, when trolls flood your comments section, they're doing the exact same thing your fans do. They're creating engagement. The platform says, hey, something's happening here, people are interacting, let's show it to more users and see how they react too. In other words, every hate watch, every argument, every sarcastic quote tweet is literally feeding the algorithm. You're getting tested with new audiences for free. Why trolls help you without realizing it? Some specifics would be really helpful. So let's look at some examples and situation. When a troll, or a group of them, tries to drag your song, or your video, or anything else through the mud, they click the link and check it out. That's a positive signal. So whether that comes from Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook groups, whatever it is they have going on, that's a positive signal coming from an outside platform. If people comment maybe 20 times, that's engagement. Doesn't matter what those comments are, that's engagement. That pushes that person's content. They share the link to mock you, but the platform sees this as distribution. It sees you as being prolific. It sees you as being popular on other platforms. So if you do get clicks through to Spotify from Instagram, for example, well, that just means that the Spotify algorithm assumes that, well, you must be proactive and live on Instagram. And then the funny thing is, sometimes these people will watch even longer than fans, just to criticize details, which boosts your watch time overall. So these small examples show how it doesn't really make sense. All of this data feeds into discovery models that just push the content to more people. So trolls are, in a way, unintentionally giving you more momentum in what you're doing. The energy flip. Now, here's where real power kind of comes into the situation. It's thinking about not fighting, or rather, if you do, fighting in a more intelligent way than they can understand, is to flip it over. So stay calm, stay witty even, keep your tone professional and amused. And if you do reply, make it short and confident, or just like the comment, or just put an emoticon underneath it, or just delete it. That's usually what I do. They want a reaction, and they want to feel like they are getting to you. Which is an interesting one though, because what does that look like, really? Like, what does getting to you look like? Yeah, and I always find that quite interesting, because if they're flipping the power, if they're trying to get power back themselves, or if they're trying to cry for attention or something, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. But if you act like hate is helping your numbers, well, they won't understand it. Again, it's taking the power back. The best part, your fans will see that confidence. They'll see you owning that situation. So strengthen your brand, your presence, your community. by just being strong and positive, especially if you're unbothered and you show that you're in control. The reality check. Now, this is an interesting one to think about. Real-world consequences. Things like it being a temporary spike of traffic. That's fantastic. Authenticity for the algorithm, how it scores you as a creator. If people are complaining about your work, and it turns out all those reports are false, then, which of course they will be, it builds a trust score. Loyal listeners, you want to focus on that growth. But trolls can give you some temporary momentum. So trolls create a spark. But don't forget, it's always your real audience that keeps the fire burning, and in some ways they're helping you reach even more people, so... yeah. Take this mindset with you. Think about all of this. Think about every single piece of attention counting. So use it as a mindset shift. Like, shift your mind, basically, and try to turn it on its head. Because at least you're ruffling some feathers. Anyway, this was a bit of an off-the-cuff marketing for new musicians. I just wanted to sort of talk about hate and turning hate, around, flipping the script, etc. Sorry if it's slightly messy. Thanks for listening.